Yo, yo, what's up? Running a little bit late to the gym, but I just got here. Pulling up right meow. Oh man, looks kind of packed a little bit. It's all right. We're gonna get this chest workout. Mm, there's spots up here. Oh, look at that. Somebody's clearing out the front row for us. Yo, what's up, Terrence? Just pulling up to the gym now. Just running a little bit behind. Let me see if I got my mask. Because I have an extra one. Oh. There it is. Yo, what's up? What's up? Not much here. Hey, Derek. Throw this mask on. It's a good bad when I don't wear it. Hey,
Thank you. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
yeah, it's a little bit packed. All the new people, plus a couple OGs, but it's about that time when people start clearing out soon. Clean up this camera. I never asked you this question before. Please don't be mad at me for asking this. What is your favorite body part to work out on? What's up, William? Um, Favorite body part to work on? Legs. Don't know which part of legs though. Probably. Let me put my keys away. Um, I mean, as you guys may have guessed from the original YouTube videos, probably glutes. To be honest, probably glutes. Why? What about you? My legs. Yeah, legs is legs is fun. Legs is fun. Legs are fun. What's up, Casey? That glute workout? I think you mean glute, but I get what you mean. Yeah, I love glute workouts. But yeah, legs are fun. Legs is fun. Legs are fun. Whatever the proper verbiage is. Um, doing legs is fun. Uh, it's like different from upper body because anyway, this is the way I feel with leg workouts, especially ones where you're holding the weight on you. It's uh, it's a little more exciting to me because it feels like it's it's kind of like higher stakes, like with most upper body exercises, you're holding a weight in your hands. You're used to holding stuff in your hands all the time. So with leg workouts, when you're holding on your shoulders and lifting the weight with your legs, your whole body seems more exciting, more high stakes. Plus, since it's generally harder, less people do it. So I think people appreciate good legs more than they appreciate nice arms or whatever else. Could be wrong though. Legs hurt, but they take forever to grow. That's true. Mine took a long time. How did you start doing fitness workouts? So I actually started in 8th grade. My dad bought me like a kind of like, well, I don't know if it technically be at home, but he bought me a weight set basically. It had like one of those thin barbells that you had to have like a wrench or pliers to change the weights on it. Um, that with, I think it was around 150 pounds of weight. It was like a bench press thing, and had a or a leg extension part. You could turn it into a squat rack. But yeah, started out with that in 8th grade, and just liked how I looked. I was bigger than a lot of other kids my age and my weight, um, stronger, faster, and yeah, ever since then I just fell in love with it. How was everybody's weekend? Do anything fun, new, or exciting? I was try, but I was never disciplined. Yeah, I mean, especially at a young age, it's not really something that is like glamorous. At a young age, you just want to play and hang out with friends and all that, go outside, all that kind of stuff. But nobody really wants to work out at that age. But I'm glad I started then. It was definitely kind of on and off. Uh, I took PE or gym or weight class or weight training class pretty much every year in high school, plus sports, um, wrestling, track in high school, or former high school, I should say. But yeah, I also did it because it was fun though. I wouldn't. It wasn't like a discipline thing for me, really. Honestly, at that age, if it did take discipline, probably wouldn't have been doing it. I always envy people who were fit since they were young.
Now I'm playing catch up because I didn't create that musculature then. I I see that, but at the same time, it depends on how people did it when they were younger. But I know a lot of people from high school that have no interest in the gym or working out or sports or anything like that, that used to be fit in high school, used to be in sports and all that stuff. So what I'm actually noticing is a lot of the people I'm meeting more and more older people, like 40 plus years old, that didn't really work out that much when they were young, but now that they started when they're older, it's basically like their body had all that rest time, and now that they're starting when they're well into their 40s, they don't have the injuries and all that other stuff that a lot of other people had. So especially when it comes to contact sports like football, wrestling, that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people even now in their 20s or late 20s, early 30s that can't really do as much in the gym or just in general because of injuries. So, but like I said, a lot of the people that I see that are, especially the like famously athletic older people, like you always see the memes and stuff. Like it's never too late to start, and they show a picture of a 60 or 70-year-old person, and they're like super fit and jacked and all that. I think the reason, most of the time, the reason they're like that is because they started later. So not only do they have the the injuries and the mental the mental stuff, uh, blocks and all that that people who have worked out since they were younger had, they uh, they get like a fresh, clean slate, so to say. So yeah, don't let don't let where you start dissuade you from making it to a certain point or anything like that. And that's not just with fitness; that's with in every aspect of life. You got to start somewhere. How was your weekend? It was good, relaxing. The in-laws took the two kids, so my wife and I finally got an actual weekend to chill and do whatever. I mean, we still worked on Sunday, but we haven't had full, well, Friday night plus a full Saturday to do what we want for about 2 years now, maybe even more. So it was good. Excited for Wednesday. What's Wednesday? Yo, what's up, Dion? We got 30 seconds left on this. We'll go do this chest workout. My throat's dry. I'll have to get some water after this. Maybe someone who does work out and can still talk. I'm always gasping for air, and when my trainer tries to talk to me, try to ask me questions, I'm gonna shut him up real quick. No questions, just orders. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I on these days when I stream, I actually have to do less on the Stairmaster than I usually do. I usually um, I usually put it up to. I start at 12. I don't know how the numbers on your guys' Stairmasters go, if you even use them. But I was just doing an 8 right there, which I don't know how many steps per minute that is. But um, I usually start at 12, and then I want to say, pretty much every 100 steps, I bring it up by 1. So I think this thing only goes up to 20. So I usually end up on 18. Um, and that's like gasping for air, not able to breathe, like collapsing on the floor, damn near dying, heart pounding out of my chest. So I still get the feeling. But yeah, when you train more often, the threshold gets higher and higher. So now I can do Stairmaster at an 8 and have enough air to talk, but it's not close, not even close to what my maximum usually is, or I guess even my average. Pretty good, Dion. How you doing? Paul, do you not do much cardio? I've been doing 30 minutes Stairmaster daily, trying to see my abs again. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Um, I don't do a lot of cardio per se. I'll do I do Stairmaster before my workouts. Um, Pretty much it as far as cardio goes. I'll do some high intensity stuff here and there, but not all the time. See if I can find a bench. Actually, there is one, but it's kind of right in the middle. I have to go grab this box. Oh wait, look, it's right next to me. I think probably from last time I used it. Oh, okay. Don't know what they're talking about. I suppose you mentioned this question before, but do you train folks like full time? No, not anymore. I used to back in, I think I stopped in 2015 probably. Um, yeah, not for a while. I'm good. How was your weekend and your day? Weekend was good, relaxing. Finally got a weekend. My wife and I finally got a weekend to do whatever we wanted without having to worry about the kids because the in-laws took them for the weekend. And my day today was good too, productive. You ever get muscle spasms? I do. It depends mostly on uh, if I'm drinking enough water, but yes, I do. I Yeah, they twitch. Sometimes they cramp too. That's the worst. If I don't drink enough water, my muscles will actually cramp quite a bit sometimes, mostly after a hard day in the gym. Well, pretty much only, but so I'll do this warm up set at 135, and I'll probably grab some dumbbells to work shoulders as well. Actually, no, I'll do just bench here. Next workout, I'll do shoulder press and tricep extension with dumbbells. My hair usually gets pretty crazy on chest day because I'm laying down on these benches, so bear with me. Quick 30 for the warm up. I thought I'd turn do not disturb. There we go. But yeah, muscle spasms. I do it. Um, like I said, usually if I'm dehydrated, or not even necessarily dehydrated, but just haven't drank enough water that day, and I do, or ate enough food, because the glycogen, not enough glycogen in my muscles. So yeah, especially in my biceps and my quads for some reason. So not usually other muscle groups. Biceps for some reason are a big one that they'll cramp and they'll just get stuck like this. T-Rex arms. But yeah, and quads. If I do, the quads is usually if I do a really hard leg day and then I sit down. It's like my muscles finally get a chance to relax. Then when I go to stand up again, they get really, really tight and they cramp up. One time I was actually at a restaurant with two of my brothers, Chinese buffet right after a leg workout, and me and one of my youngest brother literally crawled out of the restaurant. It's pretty embarrassing but hilarious at the same time. We crawled out of the restaurant, crawled to the car. My other brother had to open the door for us. Oh my god, it was terrible. What's up, Andy? Yeah, my arms though. Good night. Yeah, I know you go to bed early. What is it? Oh, it's already 9:30. Yeah, it's her bedtime already. Say good night to her. I guess I'll do another at 135. I should have raised the weight, but talking too much. If you're wondering why I did that set like that, stopping at the bottom and not at the top. Well, for most of them, to increase power. You stop at the bottom, and it's not always bottom for every workout, but the part where you're completely, muscles are completely released of their tension, you explode from there. Build power, work fast, per rep, not necessarily workout as a whole. And again, my brightness is always really low. And my brightness is always really low in the gym because my battery, trying to preserve battery. But today also, it's a little more urgent because I forgot to charge it after work. So I was at like 56% as soon as I got done. So, yeah. So I don't know about you guys, but but they're at they usually stay at 40% capacity, um, in like 3 days a week. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then 40% capacity. So obviously a lot less show times and a lot less movies. But uh, yeah, I used to see, not 2020 obviously, but 19 and 18, 17. I used to see a movie, I think, twice a week, like in theaters, especially in 2018. But yeah, 2 movies a week on average. It was pretty awesome. But that's one thing with this whole pandemic that I've had to pretty much learn to go without. Weight's at 225 now. Go for, I don't know how many I'm gonna go for. A number. Don't know if you've noticed, but bench is not my favorite day. I prefer legs. But you got to do the things that you don't enjoy. Because usually, if you don't enjoy them, it's because you're not as good at those things. So I'm sure you all know that. But food for thought. Good evening, Miles and Chat. Glad to see you celebrating International Chest Day. Of course, not usually, but this is just the way the schedule kind of fell out today or this week. The chest muscles are pumped up. Yeah, that's the one good thing about doing chest is the pump. How was your weekend, Miles? It was good. Um, got some well-needed R&R, some rest and relaxation. The in-laws took the two kids and finally got to have a Friday evening with the lady and go out to eat. And then Saturday, well, she did her own thing on Saturday, but they left me at home to play video games and chill. And then we worked on Sunday, but it was a good relaxing weekend, much needed. What about you? What'd you get up to this weekend? Finally fix those shingles? I'm assuming not. Do I have a PS5? No, I do not. I'll be getting the. I'll probably be getting Xbox Series X sometime. I guess not. I don't know how soon. Sometime soon, but I don't really need it that much because I have a One X and it works perfectly fine. Runs very well for the games that I play. Anyway. I stayed at home the entire weekend. Good. Relax. Those shingles are asking when Miles is going. I'm Miles and Chad. Hope you're having a good workout. Thanks. We, well, I am having a good one. Getting some chest. Probably should have grabbed a towel for my greasy head. Oh, yeah. Feeling the pump in my chest with that one. I wish I could bench 225 for reps. Keep lifting and you'll get there. Maybe some steroids, but no, I'm just kidding. Love those pics. Pics you posted. Thank you. I worked really hard to stand in front of that mirror like that. I'm gonna go grab some. Go grab some water. I'll just take you with me. Every time I do chest and I see myself in the mirror, chest or arms or back, pretty much anything upper body, and I look in the mirror, I always feel like I have chicken legs. But at the same time, it's same the other way around. Whenever I do legs and I look at myself in the mirror, I feel like I got little arms. Your legs are big. Oh, thank you. You don't have chicken legs at all. I appreciate it. Trying to avoid that at all costs. I'd rather have chicken arms than chicken legs. I guess chicken wings, I guess you'll call it. I see the chicken mirror. Yep. Not to be a nag, but please get a water bottle, bro. Public water fountains are the worst for germs. Back is strong. Hell yeah. As far as the germs thing, to be completely honest, I'm not a germaphobe or anything. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Sometimes. I actually have multiple water bottles, but I, I actually like walking to the water fountain during my rest time. For one, because it wastes a little bit of time having to walk over there, but two, it gets your legs, keeps them warm, keeps the blood flowing, and yeah, the water is cold if it's a good fountain. Although I know obviously you can keep cold water in a water bottle too, but trying to debate whether I should go up. I think I'll stay here for this set. Honestly, don't know how this angle is because, like I said, my screen is really dim and kind of far from the phone right now. But hopefully you can see. But yeah, like I said, after this we'll get some shoulder press, supersetted with tricep extension, and I'll just do it in one place so I don't have to carry the camera around. I always feel like my arms get a little bit shorter every rep and every set. So it's a little harder to rack it every time. As long as I don't drop it on my neck, I guess. Why did you bend your back like that? So I'll just show you with a visual. So when it comes to powerlifting, basically I did it for two reasons. I'm a little high. Um, so when you if you, for example, if you have a flat back, like your entire back is on the bench, and you're trying to press like this, because of the angle of your vertebrae, it's possible, not definite, but it's possible that you're working more anterior delts or just some anterior delts. Um, and also, for powerlifting reasons, the bar will be further. You'll have to travel further distance to bring the bar all the way down to your body when you're benching. So, for uh, you know, two birds, one stone. You arch your back, dig your shoulders into the bench, and then sit your butt down while you're still arched. That way, one, it raises your body up from the bench. So you have, depending on how much you're going to arch your back, which I actually can't do it a lot. There's people who do a lot more than me. But essentially, you can uh, decrease the range of motion required by about 4 to 6 inches for me anyway. Some get even more than that. But also, when you pin your shoulders into the mat and squeeze your shoulders back, it makes it so that you have to use your chest. The only way you can use shoulders is if you're able to bring your shoulders forward as you bench. So it's going to be using your anterior delts. If you trap your shoulders under you and then you push from here, now that your shoulders are attached to the bench, you're not moving them. This motion here, when you're when your humerus or humeri together uh, adduct or come together, that's only the chest doing doing that motion. So, like I said, if you have a pin to the mat to the bench, and you're doing this, then it's all chest and obviously some tricep, but mostly chest, no shoulders. So that's the main reason I do it. Doing it, can I start with less pounds because the position is challenging since I'm overweight? Oh yeah, of course. No matter what new thing you're doing, you should always start with less weight, no matter what. No matter if it's a arm, chest, back, leg, neck, whatever workout it is. Always start with less weight until you actually get used to the movement. You rack my weights. But yeah, good question. Sometimes I do things and don't even think about what I'm doing, or rather, don't even think about explaining what I'm doing. I always think about what I'm doing. But all right, where can we get a bench? Looks like there's one on the far end over there, so it actually works perfectly. Interesting the way it looks. Seems like a lot of pressure on the neck and head. So I get it. Yeah, I see that how it looks that way. But actually, there's pretty much no pressure on my neck or my head at all. Um, when you squeeze your shoulder blades back like that, um, it's pretty much all, like I said, in your shoulder girdle and your shoulder the shoulders themselves. Now, if you get super arched, like you can Google search it, powerlifting arch for bench press. Um, some people get like ridiculously arched, like it looks painful. But yeah, I can't go that far, and I don't try to go that far. How long have you been growing your hair? When you plan on cutting it? Over a little over 4 years now. About 4 years and almost four and a half. Not quite, but yeah, a little over 4.5 or almost 4.5 years. Cutting it, I have no idea. I don't really have plans for cutting it, but I guess when it becomes more of a nuisance than anything, I'll consider it. Are you on a certain diet? Do you have a training split you do? Yeah, yes, for the training split. Um, grab these dumbbells while I'm talking. So I do for the split. I do let's see, 4 day split. Um, upper lower. So it'll be chest and tries, quads and calves, back and bis, then ham and glutes. So uh, yeah, as far as the streams, that's Monday, Thursday. That's wherever I'm at in the training cycle is where it'll land. But um, yeah, diet. No, I basically eat eat what my wife makes me. She meal preps usually for the whole week. If I'm feeling like I want something else, which is not usually, but if I feel like I want something else, I'll eat. I'll grab Chipotle or something on the way home. But yeah, um, she meal preps. Damn it, trying to find a good angle. Um, yeah, she meal preps for the week, and I eat what she makes, and I don't complain. Do a set. Haven't done shoulder press with the dumbbells for a while, so hopefully this doesn't look too bad. And I usually just throw them down, so let me clear my path here. Whoops. Definitely just roll the dumbbell into that lady's bag. Didn't really drop it that time because I didn't need to. I'll read the next question in a second. But yeah, if you were wondering on the shoulder press, I don't go all the way down because of shoulder mobility. I basically go until either my upper arm is parallel to the ground or my elbow is at 90 degrees, or elbows, I should say. Probably should have been counting. You have no idea how many I did for each arm. Let's see. I can't see you. Dang, you married. You can't see me. Might have to restart the stream. Um, let's see. John, it's good to see you back. Thank you. I'm trying to make this well, not trying. I am making this a consistent thing. The streams Monday, Thursday, every week. But yeah, thank you. It's great to be back. Have you ever done cornrows or French braids? They probably look cute. I've done cornrows. I mean, it was a long time ago. Um, I want to say probably like elementary school. I used to have long hair in high school, also middle school and high school. But I don't think I did cornrows then. I love your long hair. Thank you. What gym is that? This is Genesis Health Clubs. I don't know if you can see the big sign back there, but yeah, Genesis. You married? Yep, married. Do you have any suggestion on losing upper body alone? What do you mean? Like losing fat upper body? You look great for not having a special diet. Thank you. Well, I don't have a special diet. Oh, losing weight. Yeah, I see that. I'll answer that in a second. Um, you look great for not having a special diet. So I actually don't have a special diet, but I have a specific eating regimen. So I do intermittent fasting um, pretty much 6 days a week. Actually, sometimes seven. But for the seventh day, I'll have larger a larger window. Basically, intermittent fasting is anything 8 hours eating or less. And I typically do 1.5 to 2 hours eating every day. Um, so yeah, that's usually about five days a week. The other 2 days, I will still keep it within 8 hours, but uh, yeah, just talking during workouts make it harder to complete the exercises. Yes, it does. I'm overweight. It's okay to do weights, then cardio since I play rugby. I haven't returned with a strong workout plan. Yeah, okay to do weights and then cardio. Um, well, yes, but so I would do first uh, the thing that you want to focus on more. So obviously, as the workout progresses, you're gonna have less and less energy throughout the workout. So I like to hit the main things first. So usually, when it comes to lifting weights, the workouts that use larger muscle groups are like the main lifts. Um, and then go to accessory workouts. But if you're trying to work on either cardio or burning fat by caloric expenditure or things of that nature, I would do that first. Do that as much as you can. And if the lifting or if the getting stronger or mass or whatever it is, if that stuff is secondary, I would treat that as secondary and do that after you know that your main goal has been accomplished. So, good question. 9:51. Already updating me on time. I think that's what I'm doing. Intermittent fasting. Oh, really? Are you meaning to do it, or is it just happening accidentally? Intermittent fasting is a lot easier when working from home. I've noticed. Really? Hmm. Depends on what you do. Uh, well, it's good that it works easier for you from home. For me, it's the opposite. I haven't worked from home, but um, when I on days that I don't work, it's actually a lot easier for me to uh, mess up my intermittent fast because obviously food is around the whole time. If I'm out working, then it's a lot easier to stick to my eating regimen. I think intermittent fasting is ideal for most looking to lose or maintain weight. It seems like the problem most have is overeating. Um, that could be true in some cases. Actually, for me, it's the opposite. I actually, well, okay, I won't say it's the opposite. It works both ways for me. Basically, it depends on my my calories in versus out. So if I'm trying to gain size, gain strength, um, I will still. I guess it depends on how what I see when I look in the mirror. Um, but if I'm feeling okay, like feeling lean, then I'll do like closer to the 8 hour window, maybe like a 6 or something, 6 hours of eating. Um, but then if I start to get a little soft or fluffy, then I'll just cut back on the window. But for me, it's really useful because with when I'm doing intermittent fasting, I don't ever feel like I'm even if I'm losing weight, I don't really feel like I'm getting weaker. So it helps me. It's really good for me because I can lose weight or burn fat, whatever I'm trying to do, while maintaining strength or sometimes even gaining strength. Um, unless I'm actually trying to gain, then I'll be obviously can gain weight or strength without gaining a lot of fat. So I know it doesn't work that way for everybody, but it works pretty well for me. Um, but to answer that question from before, the question was any ways I can focus specifically on losing upper body weight. Unfortunately, no. Outside of the realm of hormone imbalances and that kind of stuff, or hormones effect on your body, no. Um, you your body's just going to pull from wherever it's going to pull from. So if you store fat in your stomach more than other places, then most likely it's going to pull from the fat in your stomach last. Unfortunately, that's the way I am. I hold fat in my midsection the most, so I have to get down to a lower body fat percentage than maybe somebody else in my build or weight or height weight ratios all that kind of stuff. Um, I have to get to a lower body fat percentage to have the same abs that they would have at a higher body fat percentage. So, but at the same time, my arms and my legs usually look pretty lean, even at a little bit higher body fat percentages. So, like I said, you don't get to choose where it comes from. You just have to keep burning fat until that area that you're looking to get a certain way until it gets to that point. So, one of the hard truths of weight loss, or fat loss, I should say. By the way, I didn't realize so many people wanted to, or didn't want my hair to be down. I actually prefer for it to be up because it's easier. It's not in my face and everything. You can ask my wife. Pretty much every time I say I'm gonna try to go with my hair down for a day, halfway through the day, I'm cursing myself and like, damn, I wish I would have just put it up. But I think once it gets to a certain length, then it's gonna, strangely, in my mind, I think it'll be easier. I could be dead wrong, but it's already pretty much 2 feet long right now. Count my reps this time. Overhead tricep extensions is a really humbling exercise. You can have tiny dumbbells. Make yourself look really weak. These are only 35 pounds. Granted, shoulder press does take some triceps as well, but nothing more humbling than trying to be a tough guy in the gym with small dumbbells making you almost cry. I think that was the same number. I don't know. Answer some questions. My major focus is being stronger since forward players require high strength. That makes sense. Is it good combining fasting at this time? Honestly, asking me, I think fasting works for any goal, any any time of the year, no matter what it is. Sorry, I'm looking in the mirror at this dude on the heavy bag, trying to teach another guy how to hit the heavy bag, and he doesn't even know how to hit the heavy bag. Anyway, um, what was I even saying? Uh, let me just read what I said. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think intermittent fasting could be used at any time um, throughout whatever your goal is with your training, or any time of the year, no matter what it is. Because, like I said, for me anyway, what determines what's going to be happening to my body is one, what I'm actually doing in the gym, but two, um, how many calories I'm taking in versus, I mean, not versus, but also in addition to my window, the size of my window. So if I'm eating less calories and having a smaller window, obviously it's going to be better for fat burning. If I'm eating more calories, which in turn kind of correlates to a larger window because it takes more time to eat more calories, um, it's going to be better to gain weight, gain mass, gain strength. Um, Typically, if I'm working on gaining strength, because honestly, I don't really go for size that much. I either go for strength or I go for speed. Um, Probably should also focus on muscular endurance more too. But sorry, I got hair in my mouth. Um, if I'm focusing on strength, I will eat more. I'll try to get around 3,000 to 3,200 calories a day, and um, have closer to, like I said before, a 6 hour eating window. Um, as long as, I don't know, I'm kind of, when it comes to limits and that kind of stuff, when they say like um, 8 hours is the maximum amount of time you can have for your eating window, I'm the type of person that I always assume that number is like some mystical, magical cutoff to where if I go even a second past that, then I won't be in fasting. When it's not true. It's and relative to everybody's body. So, but I'm kind of that person, so I always try to do much less um, in that regard. So usually 6 is my max. 7 is pushing it. But yeah, like I said, if I'm trying to cut, I'll do 2 hour window, 2 hour window max usually, and 2,000 to 2,500 calories, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'll do the same weight again. My left shoulder is, I usually do shoulder mobility exercises before I do shoulder press or chest dumbbell flies or anything. Most things with dumbbells, just because I've dislocated this shoulder before and it gets a little weak in certain positions. So I do mobility exercises most of the time before, but don't have as much time today, which is a poor excuse because you should never do that. Never skip something that you know you need to do. But I'll make it. And if I snap my shit up, then y'all will get it on camera and you'll be able to make a viral video out of it, I guess. If it does happen, let's just hope it's not too bad. Enough to where I can work and work out. Man, my mouth is really dry. I must be extra talking today. I don't smoke, but I'm assuming this is what cotton mouth smells like. Or smells like, feels like. I hope it doesn't smell. Hopefully my breath don't smell like cotton mouth. Sorry, I know I'm a little slow on the chat too. Oh man, I can tell I'm not drinking enough water. I'm getting fatigued. Almost crushed this phone with my dumbbell. I always look like a weakling with this little dumbbell. I might cheat a little bit. Probably only get around 5 or 6 reps. So I'll cheat with the other hand a little bit and do negatives. Yeah, that was miserable. Does this music seem louder than usual? Can't really tell, but I feel like I hear it more. Maybe it's where I'm at in the gym. Not usually over here. Oh man. All right, let's see. Turn my brightness up for a second. Right, actually makes sense. A little more temptation at home. True. Yeah. I'm pretty good. I have pretty good self control when it comes to food, though. If I know I shouldn't eat, then I usually won't. I'll continue to use the treadmill until I see results. It's so hard targeting certain areas. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I wish there was a magical way to, or not even magical, some kind of way to focus a specific area without without having to do, you know, a total caloric expenditure or calories in versus out type of deal. But it's just the way it is. I just want to continue to lose the treadmill and lose my butt. Is what I'm most concerned about. Using the treadmill and lose my butt is what I'm most concerned about. I'll call the ambulance. Well, thank you. Um, yeah. Um, so one thing about, can you post some work on you do in the comments or description after the live? It's actually in my live. If you go to my page, all the live videos post automatically, so you should see them in there. King 47. Hey, what's up, man? Um, turn my brightness back down real quick. But yeah, one thing that I was saying was about when it comes to, you were saying about you want to continue to use the treadmill and, sorry, this freaking music is loud. Um, you want to continue to use the treadmill and lose your butt. Let me grab some water real quick. Somebody spilled some water over here. Um, but yeah, um, one interesting thing about burning fat that I didn't mention today was the more lean mass you have on your body, the higher your metabolism will be. So, what I mean by lean mass is basically, essentially everything excluding fat. So, muscle, muscle is the variable that you can directly affect. Um, and there's bone, which you can also directly affect, but it just takes longer through bone density. Um, and then internal organs, that kind of stuff, your guts. Um, so that's considered lean mass. Your fat mass is fat mass, the fat that you have on your body. So if you have, so I gave this analogy before, or not an analogy, but this example. Um, so you have two people that weigh 200 pounds. One weighs, they both weigh 200. One of their weight is 150 pounds of lean mass, 50 pounds of fat mass. And the other is 185 pounds of lean mass, 15 pounds of fat mass. So even though they weigh the same amount, the one that's 185 pounds of lean mass is going to have a higher metabolism. And that's because muscle or lean mass requires energy, and fat mass is energy. So if I weigh 150 pounds, all your body cares about is the lean mass because it's having to maintain. Basically, your body is just trying to maintain homeostasis. So, or basically just live and don't change anything. Your body doesn't actually want to gain weight or lose weight. Your body will use the stored energy that it has to try to maintain the weight that you're at, or rather maintain the lean mass that you're at. Your body doesn't want to gain or lose lean mass, is what I'm trying to say. The stored energy, which is fat, your body will use that to try to maintain your lean mass. So, especially your vital organs, but even muscle and that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, since muscle isn't necessary to live, um, that's where the weight will come from first. If it's not pulling from your fat, um, but yeah, your body wants to maintain homeostasis and maintain your lean mass. So, like I was saying, the guy that weighs 150 pounds of lean mass and 50 pounds of fat mass, his metabolism is going to be lower because you don't have as much lean mass to consume energy. And you have, even though you have 50 extra pounds of energy on your body, the 185-pound of lean mass guy, 15-pound of fat mass, is going to have higher metabolism because he has more lean mass that's going to consume energy from him. So it's almost like the analogy: the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, because what you have, you will accumulate more of. So if you're poor, you're going to accumulate more poverty or more debt. If you're rich, you're going to accumulate more money. If you're muscular, it's going to be easier for you to lose fat. If you're already fat, it's going to be easier for you to gain fat. So it sucks, and it's a hard truth, but it is the truth. So one of the key ways for you to actually burn fat is actually to lift weights, to lift more weights for mass. So you want your muscles to weigh more. You want your bones to weigh more as well. But the thing that you can directly affect is your muscles. If you have more pounds of muscle on your body, you're gonna be burning fat more easily because that muscle is gonna consume more energy for you. Hopefully, I drank enough water to get like 6 or 7 reps. And that is why you work on muscular endurance. Because even if you're strong, your muscles can run out of energy, implying that I need to do that more. extremely foggy outside. Can't even see the lamp post. Can't wait to return to the gym. Waiting on that shot first. Oh, the vaccine. Thank you so much for the information. No problem. Danny, thanks so much for the info. In Panama City, Panama in 39 minutes is midnight. Have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night too. Thanks for stopping by. So, which is more important for you? Visible abs or overall strength? Strength for me, but it depends on it depends on I don't know if I say the time of the year. I guess it just depends on my mental state at that specific time. Sometimes, sometimes, well, I'll say overall strength is pretty much always a top priority for me. I would rather be setting new PRs, setting new records with weights, like amounts of weight that I lift, and not have really defined abs than to have ripped abs but not be able to keep increasing the weight that I'm lifting. So, like I said, that's a personal choice, and it obviously depends on what your personal goals are. Um, you know, whether you're lifting or exercising for just personal development, or if you're doing it for a sport or that kind of thing. Which is, if you look at people that actually exercise for performance, what you'll notice is a lot of pro athletes have a little bit of cushion, have a little bit of extra fluff, I guess you could say, on them. Um, they're all generally pretty lean. But as far as, so if you compare like a professional, like, well, I guess I need to specify when I say professional athlete. When I say professional athlete, I mean like basketball, football, um, fucking wrestling, MMA, and baseball, and whatever. But, you know, the typical professional sports. Now, when it comes to a sport where your goal is to look a certain way, then that's different because that's their actual goal. Their goal is to look a certain way, not necessarily perform a certain way. So when you're a professional athlete, or when you see professional athletes that their goal is to perform a certain way, they generally have a little extra, a little fat on them, and that's because there's actually a healthy level of fat. There's an essential fat that you should and need to have on your body so that your body doesn't think that you're starving and start taking uh, glycogen and energy from your muscles and from your organs and that type of stuff. You want to have some fat to where your body can actually have an accessible storage of extra energy in case you need it or in case your body goes into whatever starvation mode or whatever it may be. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the way I think of it when it comes to when I'm in my head, kind of like, oh, I'm at so and so percent body fat, but I could be here. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I'm ripped, but I could be more ripped. True, that's always true. But one, is it healthy? And two, why do I need to be leaner? You know what I mean? So asking yourself that. I mean, obviously, if you're overweight, then yes, you can. I'm assuming you have some fat to spare. But as you progress through your fitness journey, just keep in mind that because when people go down that path, as with anything in life, you get that tunnel vision and you try to obtain things. Fitness is different in the sense that there is having too much of something or too little of something actually can be detrimental. Now, if your pursuit is like science, knowledge, if it's knowledge based, then the sky is the limit. But if your goal is to lose fat, and this is just me saying this, there is an actual limit to your physical and mental health. And make sure you find a good medium to where your efforts are still productive. You're not spinning your wheels, not just fucking wasting time. Um, i.e., try to find more efficient ways to reach your goals that are healthy. Um, but at the same time, make sure you're still in a healthy mental state. So I'm sure if you've ever looked into it, just looking at the lives of like the real lives of bodybuilders and bikini athlete or bikini competitors, all that kind of stuff. Although they look really good, and a lot of people look at them and they're like, "Oh man, that's what I want to look like." That's their your image of what you want to be. Um, a lot of people, or a lot of those people, actually are pretty. I don't even know if I'd say the word depressed, but they have basically body dysmorphia. They look in the mirror, and even though they're super lean, they think, "Oh, I'm fat," because they might be literally 0.1% body fat more than the week before, or the month before, or whatever it may be. Like you become so critical of yourself that you start to tear yourself down, even though you look way better than you did years or months or you know, however long ago. Um, so yeah, just make sure you have, with whatever your endeavor is, make sure there's a healthy balance, mental and physical, and emotional and spiritual, whatever your beliefs are. But yeah, so these weights are getting a little too. My muscles are a little too fatigued to continue to do these. Apparently, I didn't eat enough before I came here, so I'm gonna swap for a little bit lighter weight. And that is something. If there's any lesson that I could recommend to you guys in the gym, um, lift with your brain, not your ego. Me switching to these weights is one of the hardest things for most for most people, especially guys in the gym. It's one of the hardest things because everybody wants to lift more and more and more. But sometimes it's beneficial to your body to, well, all the time it's beneficial to listen to your body. But with that, sometimes it's beneficial to lower the weights and lift less. Whether it be less reps, less weight, less sets, less days per week. Listen to your body. I definitely should have done my shoulder mobility stuff. Doesn't hurt right now, but just feels like I'm getting stuck in my left shoulder at a certain point. And that is a prime example of what I was talking about earlier of people that have lifted and done sports and all that for a long time. You have these little nagging injuries that may not necessarily hurt, but hinder your performance in one way or another. But if you take care of it, you can mitigate the effects of it. Like I try to do. And I know I look weird, really leaned over when I do this, but it's because I'm trying to get my elbow pointed straight up in the air. If I were straight up, my elbow would be out to the side, and I wouldn't be able to really get behind my head. But I lean, so my upper arm can be straight up. And I'm as opposed to how you perform, you'll actually start to notice that your performance will start lacking because performing a certain way and looking a certain way usually have some correlation, but they're not. Um, they don't always go hand in hand. So sometimes, if you want to perform better, you have to sacrifice a little bit of how you look, and vice versa. If you want to look a certain way, sometimes you have to sacrifice how your performance is. Is it better to work whole body per day or certain body parts per day? That despair, I feel attacked. Uh, we all have it. Some more than others, but we all got some fat despair. Okay, I guess that's not true. Some people don't, which those are the real freaks. You ever hit yourself in the head doing that? Um, Not that I remember. Probably because last time I did it, I hit myself in the head and I forgot. No, but I think I have doing a different one. I've ironically, I've hit my head doing crushers, which is similar, but you're laying down supine, laying on your back. Uh, it wasn't. I've never like had a bad injury in the gym. Not lifting weights anyway. But yeah, one time I hit myself doing skull crushers, and it was more embarrassing than anything. I'm old school and tend to do kneeling easy curl, bar behind the neck, shoulder presses. Is there any advantage to using dumbbells? Oh, gotcha. Um, so I don't do anything behind the head pushing or pulling. Actually, I don't really do much behind the head stuff. It's even kind of hard for me to get into that position doing squats. So I tend to avoid behind the head slash neck stuff because um, because of shoulder mobility. Um, as with anything, I will say if you have the mobility and the proper technique, proper form, then it's perfectly fine doing it. But if it's hurting you to get in that position or to, bring it back and push while it's behind your head or anything like that, and I would definitely advise against it. But if you feel fine, no reason to change it. Uh, Also, at the same time, I will say that mixing it up is also very beneficial. So let me see where I am. This frame. Um, if you always do the easy curl behind the neck um, shoulder press, then maybe just switching it up would be good for muscle confusion and having your muscles learn or forcing them to learn new things or new pathways or whatever it may be. Um, so as far as advantage over one over the other, um, I think with with dumbbells you have it's harder to control them, so you get more stabilizer muscles or you work your stabilizer muscles more, um, as opposed to an easy curl bar. And at the same time, because of the nature of a solid bar, it's easy curl bar is a little more pressure on your elbows, so it could possibly be more triceps than shoulders, possibly again, depending on how you do it. Um, but yeah, like I said, dumbbells are free, so you can, depending on the path of the dumbbells, you can work more triceps or more shoulders. Which, if you try to keep your elbows at a 90 like I do, more shoulders. That's one of the only fly exercises I can do without it hurting my shoulder. If I try to do if I try to do dumbbell flies, it does not feel good. It actually throws my shoulder out of place. If the weight is heavy enough, every rep, then I have to I come down and then it kind of pops out of place. And then I squeeze it up and it's in a weird position that I have to twist my arm and it pops it back in place. And I come down, same thing, twist it, pop it back in place. So I say, fuck it. I don't do dumbbell flies anymore. I stick to cables. What is this genre of music technically called? Is this punk? Why do people feel the need to be in your face or space while working out? It's a little annoying. Sorry, I just had to say it. My gym doesn't have as many equipment as yours. I work at Anytime Fitness. It's a very small gym. Yeah, I know Anytime Fitness. I'm trying to find a gym similar to that out here so that it's maybe a little bit smaller, but I want to go 24 hours. So there actually is a Genesis out here on the Missouri side that's 24 hours, but it's like a 30 to 35-minute drive. So I don't know. But yeah, people all in your space. Yeah, yeah. It was like pretty much all the benches were open, and he just happened to be right next to me. So whatever. Do you find that the more muscular you get, the less flexible you become? Unfortunately, yes. So I would say that correlation actually mostly comes not from the actual muscle itself, but from more from the actual training regimen. So whenever I'm doing body weight stuff, whenever I'm doing high intensity interval training, just got a low battery notification, 20%. Uh oh. Um, but yeah, more because of the regimen as opposed to the muscle mass itself. I mean, it does obviously affect it, but I think it's more because of the training regimen. So whenever basically doing flexibility exercises will actually decrease your overall power um, through basically through two ways. One, through the actual um, contractibility of the muscle itself, but also because sometimes when you have tight muscles, it kind of acts as like a spring. So, for example, let's say I have really tight glutes and really tight quads. So bending my knees and bending my hips is difficult to do because it's so tight. If I go into a squat like this, if this is already a tight position, then I'm going to be lifting the weight, but my tight muscles are also going to be helping me to lift the weight just because they're naturally resisting the force by itself. Now, if I'm super flexible and I can squat with a barbell on my shoulders all the way until my butt is touching my heels, then when you squat, you're going to be lifting all of the weight by yourself. But somebody that can barely even get down to here, if they get down to here with a bunch of weight, they're already going to be lifting against the weight without even trying. So that's the second way. Um, but also more flexibility um, decreases if the range of motion decreases um, or increases rather. You have to get to a certain point when you get to your peak, closer to your peak contraction force. So that's a little weird thing to explain, but I'll explain it more when I'm done with this set. Music turned off and lights flashed. That means getting close to that time. What's your height and weight? I am 7 foot for 325 pounds. Nah, I'm 5'9", 197. Used to be 5'10", but I actually shrunk an inch from the Marine Corps. All those hikes with heavy packs on our backs actually literally made me shrink an inch. Really enjoying your commentary. The visuals speak for themselves. You're very well proportioned. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. I try not to. I see a lot of guys in the gym. I call them ice cream cones. Big upper body, tiny little legs. Trying not to be an ice cream cone. I've noticed how certain fitness gurus emphasize having better range of motion, but at the same time, the guys who look like you or powerlifters don't really preach a lot about stretching. uh, I'm kind of torn as when it comes to that, because I'm already pretty flexible. Like I'm flexible everywhere I need to be flexible. So functionally and everything. Um, so for example, the places I'm not very flexible, or the places I guess I could be more flexible, would be like shoulders. Like you should be able to, from the side, have your upper arms straight out, at a 90 to your body, but also have your elbows in the same plane here and be able to press directly up with your arms being straight at the top without having to arch your back like this. You should be able to have a flat back and be able to do that. I'm actually not as far away as I thought I was, but yeah, I guess it's not as bad as I thought. But that's one spot. Um, Pretty much everywhere else is pretty good. Um, a lot of people have problems with like hamstring flexibility, and I'm pretty good. I don't know if you can see my toes from here, but I can put my hands pretty much flat on the ground, hug my legs. So my hamstrings are good. Quads are pretty good. Pretty much everything. Lower body's good. Adductors or groin is pretty good. Could be better. I used to be able to do the full splits very easily, but not quite there anymore. Instead of a 180-degree angle straight line, I'm probably like a 160, 150, 160, which isn't bad, especially considering I don't really stretch anymore. But um, I don't really preach stretching, but I do believe it's definitely beneficial for some, in some cases. Um, for powerlifting, it's usually not beneficial. Um, some sports, it's not as beneficial, but for everyday life, I'd say yes, it is beneficial. Um, Even if it's just to get your muscles in your joints from being unstuck from their, repetitive motion positions that you put them in every day, no matter what your job or career is. But that could also come from dynamic movements. So I don't know. I guess the long and short answer is I don't talk about it as much because when it comes to the bigger picture, general uh, goal attainment, reaching your goals and getting healthier, that kind of stuff, stretching, I wouldn't say is essential for the average person. I would say there are definitely, or I guess all stretches aren't essential for the average person. There are definitely stretches that can help people depending on what their profession is. Like, for example, people that work desk jobs that are like this on a computer all day, hip flexor, chest, shoulder stretches uh, would be good. Um, People that bend down a lot, picking stuff up all day, lower back stretches, um, even upper back stretches, places. It basically, depending on your job and what repetitive motions you do throughout the day, certain muscles and joints need to be relaxed and loosened up, and some muscles need to be strengthened. But yeah, when it comes to overall wellness, just being here and doing something is better than trying to find some magic stretching regimen. We're in 16 minutes. That means I have like 4 minutes left. Around 4 minutes. Ice cream cone. Yeah, there are some ice cream cones in here. So it's 160. On what? The tricep extension? Wait, can you see it? 160 on what? Is this what you're talking about? Because if that's the case, I might as well one up you do 170. A minute? All right. So I got about a minute. 10:55 p.m. Okay. Darren Miles has his Van Damme split flexibility. Remarkable. Not quite. I actually used to be there, but that's been it's been one of my on again, off again goals. I don't know if that's a goal for this year. It's not, but I might work on it. Sorry if you've already answered this question, but how long would you work out for? Um, hmm. Most days I try to get around 2 hours. Let me do this set real quick. I'm just gonna do this one because gotta get out of here. Yep, that was harder. Actually, I guess I can get some this last set of flies. They're yelling at me. Time to go. All right. Hercules, Hercules. I'm just gonna put my jacket over my face. This is my mask. You too. How you doing? Look how foggy it is out here. This is not a dirty lens. This is camera. This is a fog, not camera fog. Yeah, that's crazy. Probably should have grabbed some water before I left. All right, you know the drill. Gotta bust out my fancy professional light here. Damn, two people left the gym after me. I need to go back in there. Whoops. 1 second. Sorry, looking up my nose. Check for boogers. And boom. That's how it's done. Turn on my brightness. All right, just so you know, I'm at 13%. So I probably won't make it till midnight, my time, which is an hour from now. But we probably got, I'd say I get 20 to 30 minutes out of this light, or out of this phone battery. They cutting the lights out on you. I remember those days. um, I think he's referring to the splits. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm trying to get my flexibility back there. I don't know why I forgot the word flexibility, but yeah, I'm trying to. Used to be able to do the splits. Oh wait, unless you're referring to the me doing the toe touch thing. Damn, my rearview mirror, my side mirrors. Oh, I thought it was dirty. It's condensation. Let me see. How many days a week do you lift? Um, 5 or 6. This week it was 5. I mean, last week it was 5 because this weekend was a chill week, or supposed to be a relax, or the weekend was supposed to be a relaxing weekend, which it was for the most part. But yeah, 5 or 6. Um, you mentioned having injuries, so do you make regular monthly visits to a chiropractor or some sort of massage therapist? I do not. Um, to be completely honest, uh, I won't say I don't believe in chiropractors, but I don't think as many people need chiropractors. Like, okay, let me specify what I mean. I think if you have a healthy or a good uh, strength strength and flexibility regimen, then you don't need chiropractors or I won't say that about a massage therapist. Massage therapist, just because I used to be one. Um, well, not just because I used to be one. I mean, mostly maybe, but massage therapist is soft tissue work, so like muscle work. You don't actually need a massage therapist. I actually haven't had a massage for I don't even know how long. It's been probably around a year. I'm trying to remember. I think maybe the last one was my last birthday, which was in last May. Um, but yeah, so yeah, you don't need either of them. Um, typically, like I said about the chiropractor thing, if you have a good strength and flexibility regimen, and you know which muscles or which joints are where your imbalances are, where your impingements are, um, and all that. Usually, so chiropractors talk about subluxations, which is basically one of your vertebrae being like rotated out of alignment. Um, those happen because of your, well, any number of vertebral muscles. I don't remember all of them. The transversarii and the intercostals and the, I don't fucking know, spinalis. Yeah, I'll think of more if I actually think about it. But anyway, hold on, look at this. It looks like my window's dirty, but that's just how. I want to turn this light off real quick so you can actually see. It looks like my window's dirty, but that's just how foggy it is. Anyway, but yeah. So if you have, oh, my phone just said 10% battery. If you know or learn which muscles are tight, which muscles are, or which joints are, out of alignment, all that kind of stuff. Those, so people that have more subluxations than other people, that typically happens because certain they have muscular imbalances. So a lot of skeletal issues happen because of the muscles, um, or a lot of skeletal imbalance issues, or skeletal alignment, structural alignment, all that kind of stuff. Those usually happen because of muscular imbalances. Sorry, trying to find my chapstick in here. There you are. But yeah, those can be fixed for the proper. Yes, I'm driving with my knee right now. Um, those can be fixed with proper strength and flexibility workout regimens. So if you do see a chiropractor a lot, you'll probably notice that it's probably the same couple vertebrae that are out of alignment all the time, or majority of the times you go. And like I said, that's usually because of the muscles related to that vertebrae or that joint in general. So they may reset it back into alignment. But if you want to actually fix the root of the problem, which is the muscle that's tight. Oh, there's a cop right there. Let me put this thing down real quick. Turn this light off. Oh shit, I missed the button. We'll just act like he doesn't see us. Hey man, y'all probably wonder why I'm getting so nervous around cops. Nothing personal. It's just I watch the news. I know what happens around here. Holy shit, it's getting foggier and foggier. Let me turn this light off so I can show you. Somebody come look at this. This is like, I probably have, so that car in front of me is probably about, I'd say 30 feet away. And those green lights that you can't see yet, those are about 60. So I probably have about 60 feet of visibility of a light, seeing lights. As far as actual just, objects, I can see the poles of the light poles once they get like probably 20 to 30 feet away. That's crazy. I can't even see what's beyond this green light right here. And my lights are on. Let me turn my high beams real quick. Yep, not much difference. That's crazy. Um. Anyway, yeah, I just get nervous around cops. Um. Let me see. Let me find out. Miles had them healing hands once upon a time ago. Hey man, I did. I was good. When the chiropractor cracked my neck, that did it for me. Sometimes, yeah. Uh, I'm pretty good at popping myself. That's actually probably another reason why I don't really believe in using the chiropractor as much. Um, it's because of my joint flexibility, I'm pretty good at popping myself. Like I can pop my neck just by turning it with my hand. If I same thing with my trunk, like if I twist my torso, like most of my vertebrae will pop. I can do it with my each of my fingers, my elbows, and not really my shoulders, my hips, my ankles. I don't know about my knees. But yeah, I pop pretty easily. So if I feel like something needs pop, I just give it the old keyboard treatment. Snap, crackle, pop. Man, this is crazy. I wish I could see this from my perspective. It looks it looks not as bad on the camera. This is yeah, especially this right here. That's like maybe 15 to 20, well, yeah, probably about 20 feet visibility. This is like typical movie scene monster pop up out of nowhere, jump on my front of my truck and snatch me out of here. Oh, yeah, the high beams actually make it worse. But I know these roads like the back of my hand. Not actually. I've lived out here for like a year, but or less than a year. But it's all good. Again, if I die, we're dying together. Well, actually, y'all will still be alive, but you tell my story. Um, you ain't got no warrants, do you? No, no. Cop, oh, watch out. They're hanging people. Oh, shit. Damn, look, the fog is lifted. There's barely any more. I can see all the way down the street now. That's weird. Um, what sort of car you driving? I'm driving 50, my work truck. If you, I'm gonna jump into the casket with you. I might smell like formaldehyde. Actually, I don't even want to be in a casket. I always tell my family and my wife, when I die, I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to be cremated. Take my body and dig a hole and throw it in the ground. No need for all that other expensive shit. I wasn't born in a box. I don't need to die in a box. I was almost gonna say, let me die the way I was born, but I mean that'd actually be pretty nice too. Shit. Unless Never mind. I'm not going there. Just forget about that last statement. Visibility is way poor out there. Yeah, be careful on the road. I am. Well, I say I am, but I'm sitting here looking at this chat, so kinda am. I know you had a lot of customers when you did massages. I tried to no lights up there. I see looks like North Carolina country roads. So this area the area that I was driving on without a lot of lights, which is also this area right now, doesn't have very many lights. Um, it's like new development, new subdivisions. So there's not a lot of street lights and all that good stuff. But it's under development, so we are increasing. Man, I just got really foggy again. Real foggy. Let me dial the well, bro. Sounds like a country song. That would be a country song. I don't think they would do that. What? Dig a hole and throw my body in it? Man, I'm serious when I say I think. I mean, I don't know about you guys' personal views or religious views or philosophical views or anything like that, but I think the whole um, in America there are a lot of, or not just in America, but in more developed countries, it seems like the governments, the different governments find different ways to suck money out of the people. And I think funeral services and burial and all that kind of stuff, I think that's just one of the many ways that they make things unnecessarily expensive. Like, I don't remember, I've heard many a times the price of like the average funeral service with the tombstones and caskets and all that kind of stuff. Um, the price of all that shit together is like some ridiculous like 20,000 or something like that. Like that's stupid. Like you got to pay for somebody to die. Like you got to pay to die. That sounds, I don't know. That's crazy to me. Just dig a hole, find a nice field, or hell, it doesn't even have to be a nice field. It could just be a fucking patch of dirt somewhere. I'm gone. My body's not gonna do anything for the rest of eternity. So, except maybe feed some worms. So, find a nice place, dig a hole, do some burpees, make it a workout, throw me in the hole, bury me back up, or cover me up, and that's uh, that's that. No need to pay $20,000 to have a tombstone of my corpse that won't even be there after a year or so. It'll just be dust. If you want to make a memory, I don't know, fucking take one of my bones or something and grind it into some ash and then put that ash in, make it into, put in some metal for like a chain or a necklace or something. I don't know. I just think it's, I mean, I get the sentiment of a tombstone and visiting a place, talking to their body or whatever it may be. But even if you are religious, which I'm not, even if you are religious or spiritual, um, I think, I mean, not if, but I think if any of that stuff exists, I think it's more, that's under my eyeball. I think somebody's quote unquote spirit is more of their memory. Like I think once a person is forgotten, then they're truly dead or they're truly gone to time. Um, so as long as you have that person in your memories, in your heart, in your whatever, in your thoughts, then that person is still there, whatever in whatever form. Um, but they're not in the ground. Their body is in the ground, which will only be there for maybe a year. Well, maybe more, depending on how much formaldehyde is in them and how well they're preserved. But it's not them. They are not their body, so no reason to visit their the vessel that they contained. So, but at the same time, if somebody wants to be buried and wants all that stuff, then to each their own. Like that's your choice. But for me, I don't want my family to waste that much money on me because I think it's a waste. Oh, they have opinions where your body can be wrapped and used to nourish the growth of a tree. Google it. Or options. Yeah, that's what I want. I would rather you have my body be used to bring life as opposed to throw it in a box and fill me full of formaldehyde and preserve me so my body is useless in every way. I mean, hell, even donate to science. I don't give a shit. The imagery of it all, though, that's true. I mean, it would be very, very hard, probably for them, to physically take my body and throw it in a hole after they just dug the hole and cover it back up. But I don't know. I just think it's a waste of spending all that money to have somebody just, be dead. I don't believe in lavish funerals. 20,000 plus. Yeah, I don't believe it either. Yeah, it's big money in funerals. It's ridiculous. Yep. Right. The price for caskets. Damn, why did I mess up that word? Caskets. Ridiculous. Hell, it's not like paying for a Batmobile. Right? I call dibs on a rib and pinky toe. You're already home. Wow, that didn't take long. Yeah. I live mm, 15 to 20 minutes from the gym, depending on how fast I'm driving. Overall body goals. Oh, just so you guys know, I'm at I'm at 3% battery. So I'll answer some more questions and chat for like 5 more minutes, and then I'll have to get off here so my phone doesn't die because I don't know what's gonna happen to the stream if my phone actually dies, or if anything's gonna be saved or what happens. But um, yeah, 3%. I know I fucked up. I should have charged my phone at right after work. I usually throw it on the fast charger and leave it there for like 30, 45 minutes, and that puts it at around 80%. But I forgot. Uh, Overall body goals. Right now, I'm trying to get down to, I'll say when I get to six, I know it sounds ridiculous, but when I get down to 6% body fat, then I'll ramp back up to strength training, um, trying to increase my numbers, my maxes. Um, and then once I set a couple PRs there, then I'll ease back off again, burn some more fat. Um, 3%. Oh hell no! I rebuked that in the name of T-Mobile. 3% won't last 5 minutes. Yeah, probably not. Enjoy the workout session. Thank you. I did too. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Percent. So who never knows? It might last 5 minutes. Um, but yeah, right now it's trying to burn some more fat till I can get sick workout. Thanks. um, but yeah, I'm mostly trying to. When I get down to like 6%, then I think I'll be good. Then I'll ramp back up to, like I said, try to get back up to, or not back up, get to my previous weight as far as weight lifting, and then once I set some PRs, then I'll ease off and then go back to cutting. Yeah, sending positive energy to your battery. It needs it. Thanks for sharing, bro. Appreciate you. You got to say your wife is one lucky lady. LOL. Do you have IG? I don't. Nah, not yet. I keep being asked that, and I keep saying I'll make it soon, but I will. So I'm actually gonna make. Let me check my battery. 2%. Um, does wifey prefer abs miles or love handles miles? Um, love handles. She actually likes the. She likes the caveman look. So every time I like trim the undercarriage, trim the beard, do anything that makes me look less like a fucking Neanderthal, she actually does not like when I do that stuff. So yeah. Uh, Before you go, I wanted to say thank you for the pics and videos. Next week we need to find out why you retired massaging LOL. I mean, I'll be back. I'll stream again on Thursday. I'm doing pretty much every Monday and Thursday from now on, or I guess from beginning on. But I prefer the Neanderthal look as well. It's hard because I don't know. Usually, people, especially people into fitness, 2% the devil's a liar. Usually, people into fitness think, or they're more critical of themselves. So we think you're back. I'm back now, but I'm about to leave in like 2 minutes because I'm at still 2% battery. Um, but yeah, thanks for showing up at the last minute. Just kidding. Thanks for showing up. Um, I can't remember what the fuck I was saying. Bad memory, bad short term memory. But oh yeah, yeah, I'll be streaming Thursday. I've been doing Monday and Thursday for a couple weeks now. Um, but yeah, Monday, Thursday. Oh, and I'm gonna make so I have Facebook, just Miles Partridge. Um, but please post more videos. I remember you doing glute workouts when I was in high school. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm gonna post. I actually have one in the editing phase, but I literally from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, it's like nonstop working out, taking care of the kids, working on uh, projects for work at home on my computer, and yeah, it's nonstop. Um, but I'll find some time. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna hire like a video editor or something. Let me check my battery. Ah, shit, 1%. All right, I gotta sign off, guys. Glad you guys could stop by and check out the stream. Appreciative as always. If this is your first time seeing the stream or the peace out, uh, first time seeing the stream or any videos or anything, make sure you subscribe. I know I sound like a tool saying that, but subscribe so that you can get the notifications for the next time that I'm gonna stream. So, all right, guys, we almost made it to 3 hours, but not quite. Thank you. Come again. But all right, y'all. Love you all. Hugs and kisses. And yeah, peace out.